March 11th, oh, call the meeting to order. All right, public comment. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to speak? If so, raise your hand using the Zoom function or on the using the raise your hand on the Zoom function. Anybody? I do have two attendees, so I just want to make sure that they don't want to speak before we get started here. All right, we will move on. All right. First item on the agenda, as I said, Bruce Polsky is with the council in budget meetings all night, so he will not be able to attend. And Jim Radcliffe had called me and said he will not be able to attend either for traveling for that business. New business. Item number one, review of the project list. Item A was the wayfinding signs and the mapping through the Highlands. I did chat with Russ Arnold, our director of Public Works, and he does not have any concerns with us going with the signage. So I think as Neil Kelsey had mentioned, talk about getting maybe, I don't know, 4x6, something like that, signs, and we'll look at getting a handful of them and we'll put them throughout the Highlands with arrows directing people to the high school / town hall. All right.
All right.
So that will be on
All
my
right.
agenda to find a sign guy to make up some signs, and I'll come up with something simple. All right.
That's
And
great news. Thank you for that.
That
yep,
is.
no, you're welcome. You're welcome, guys. And I know it's been a long time coming, but I thank you for hanging in there and
I,
going,
I
just
actually like
going through
this. I
this
think this
process.
is a good middle ground.
Yep.
Uh, in thinking about improving the trail and making it paving it, putting in drainage, this and that.
Hmm.
I suspect it's probably just too much, quite frankly. Uh, you
Okay.
know, I like the signage idea,
Good.
and we'll see how it goes too. I
Hmm.
mean, this goes both ways. Let's see what if we get a few more people using it. I know that uh, Bruce, when you and I met with the chief, there was uh, some genuine issues about parking in the Highlands, and that came up. Let's see what happens. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Right. Anybody else have anything on that?
Oh, your microphone is being weird.
Fine.
Yeah, yours.
How about now? Better?
Nah,
What's it doing? Scratchy or?
no, just
Like
really
it
low. Like it, like
distant.
it.
It's like you're far away.
Yeah, it doesn't
So
sound like
far
it's
away.
going through your
Hold
headphones.
on. Let me
There
try
you go.
this.
That's better.
Yeah,
Is it better?
yeah, much.
Okay, it's the headset then. Ditch the headset. All right, let me back up if you don't mind. One of the attendees did raise their hand. So it looks like it's Paul's iPad. So what I'll do is I'll allow them talk and just state your name for the record and what you have a comment in. Go ahead. You have to unmute yourself. You're on mute. Paul's iPad, I've got you on. Just you have to unmute yourself.
Am I right now?
There you go.
All right. I didn't hear anything so far. All right, I'll try again. Paul Krell, 365 and 8492 Meadow Road. My interest in coming on today was when I saw the review of the Meadow Road. And I've heard various people tell me various things. I was of the impression that bikes were not be going on the Meadow Road sidewalk. It was not going to be a rail trail type of thing. But I don't know that for a fact, and I don't know where you guys are coming from, whether you've heard that one way or the other. And for full disclosure, I am trying to fight it to move it to the other side or to move it, not put it in at all. I've been talking to other people. I'm trying to bring it back into the street and have us have the discussion of whether we're going to do it. Not been successful so far. I haven't given up. I'm going to still work on it. So if anybody can tell me the purpose of the review of the Meadow Road sidewalk, is that just for information, or is it a place where you guys are going to be riding?
It's the reason it's on the agenda is because a commissioner or committee member had requested information on it. So
Oh,
they wanted to
that's the
see
only, so that's the only reason then, right?
exactly. So it was just to go over, show them what the current plan is and the limits of construction.
Okay. So I'm just going to listen for a while. I may cut
Okay.
out. You have answered my question, which is it's not for the purposes of going on it as bikers.
So bikes are allowed on, they are allowed on any sidewalk in town.
They are?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
There aren't many towns that have an ordinance banning bikes from the sidewalk. Simsbury does have one. In this area around us, I can't think of another town. West Hartford only in the, I guess you would call it the downtown section or the,
Yeah, Blueback Square.
Yeah.
A lot
All
of
right, 'cause-
Hartford. A lot of Hartford has sidewalk bans. Where you see them is in our cities.
Okay.
or Simsbury.
Or Simsbury. Yeah, right.
Okay. So then, because I've been told multiple things, and including, I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name. Who's the person who came on first?
Me?
You were working with no, you were working with me this afternoon to get a copy of the map.
Bruce Sear. Yep.
Well, Bruce, you gave me the impression that this was not going to be for bikes going on this sidewalk.
No, I did not say that. I said this is not a trail. This is not considered a bicycle trail. This is a sidewalk.
What's the difference then?
It has to do with the width and it has to do with whether it's maintained during the winter or not. All right. So this is a normal sidewalk. I never mentioned, I never said bikes won't go on it.
All right,
It's
I've been
not a
asking that
bike path.
question.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it's not a bike path. It's a sidewalk. So
Okay. And I always thought that you couldn't ride on sidewalks is the issue. But you're telling me it's not true.
there's
Not
no
true.
ordinance that says you cannot ride on a sidewalk.
How about statewide?
What do you mean statewide? On a
Well,
state
so I
sidewalk
just-
or all
Rules statewide? Or are they all
Well,
governed by
it's-
local ordinance?
It's
all
town by town.
governed by local ordinance.
Yeah, it's 169 fiefdoms. That's how
Okay.
Connecticut works.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess I have to work harder to move it to the other side. Thank you. You've told me what I needed to know, and now I know I need to fear this.
Okay.
Enjoy your meeting.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, gentlemen. Next item on the list, you know what? Yeah, is improving access to businesses along the trail. Does anyone have any comments or questions about trying to about any other future connections or ideas or thoughts? No? All right.
The only thing I would say is that Connecticut DOT's Alternative Transportation Division has got these maximum $5,000 micro grants. The grant process, I think, closes next week. I think it closes on the 20th, to my knowledge. And it's a fairly short form. But the reason I bring it up in this context is it does things like pay for bike racks, among other things, educational materials, pamphlets, things like that. So, I'm kind of pointing this maybe to Ron in particular, but if there was a thought to buy, 2 or 3, high quality bike racks, they'd certainly, I would think that would be a place where you could get some basically free money. Yeah.
Bruce's, this is going ahead a little bit, but since we're on the grant issue, would this cover the signage that we are talking about for the parking lots?
I'd have to look. I suspect
Because
not.
Avon, I'm sorry, because that's the way Avon paid for theirs. I don't know if it was this grant, but a grant.
I think Avon got a Rec Trails grant,
Okay.
which is a whole different kettle of fish. Um,
But we could really put that $5,000, whether it's, helmets or, like you said, educational materials, because
Yeah.
we've got a couple Bike Walk Farmington. We're going to be at a couple different places in a couple weekends. One for the new Polly's pier. We're going to be
yeah.
there for that opening, and we are also going to be at the Polo Grounds, Polo Club. So we're going to be out there a lot this spring and summer, handing out information.
Yeah, those micro grants will pay for helmets, bike rodeos, all sorts of great stuff.
Yeah. And how long do you have to use it? Is it like a year?
I think it's a year. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
I think we should go for it.
yeah. And it's really quite simple. The only little oddity is that you have to send it to CROG. It needs to go through the COGS. So the contact at CROG is Mike Cipriano. Shoot me a quick email. I'll give you all the contact information.
Because I'm not able to, because of obviously we're not a nonprofit. Bike Walk.
Right, but the town could.
Yes.
And in fact, I was talking to Bridget Moriarty about this grant, and she said that the bulk of the ones that give out are actually to towns.
So what are we talking about? Pamphlets?
Yeah, I mean, a helmet, a safety program, a helmet program. You know, maybe a fall bike rodeo or something similar.
It's kind of last
Um,
minute to put something together that quick. So what can we do that's easy? Helmets and
I think that's what you do. I think it's
Helmets,
that.
lights,
Yeah,
lights. What do you mean?
bike lights.
blinkies. Yeah, bike
like
lights.
flashing bike lights? And what
Yeah,
do you,
yeah,
how do we-
blinkies.
how would you plan on getting those out?
Well-
Handing those out?
Well, like I just mentioned, we have those two. We are out in the community quite a bit. We do library events. We show up at other group events
Okay.
like these two I just spoke about.
We're
Are-
doing the Farmington Polo Grounds this year, right?
Yep,
What's
the
at the
Polo Grounds and Polly's Pier opening.
what's at the Polo Grounds?
I
It's
don't
a
even
spring.
know.
It's some sort of spring community kickoff or something.
Yeah,
I
it's the
forget the exact
28th,
name of it.
What's the date?
29th
29th?
Of what?
this month. Not that we would get it for the grant for that, but those are the types of events that we'll be doing. I just had another thought about
All right, I'm going to
materials.
throw something out. Is anybody willing to help me with this? Put the grant application together.
It sounds like it's very simple, right, Bruce?
Oh,
This is
agreed.
the-
Agreed. I
this
just
one?
I'm
Yeah. It
I'm
is
backed up.
simple,
yeah.
but maybe Ron, you would be the person to do this because you're the guy on the ground pretty much.
I mean, how many
Okay.
helmets let's say you throw an amount, let's just say roughly $4,000, so we're just under the 5,000, but how many helmets and bikes do you think that is? You know?
Yeah. So Blinkies, we just ordered some. They're $1.25.
A hundred and
No.
$125?
Literally $1.25.
With what?
I mean,
With
they get-
battery?
With a tiny little battery. They get
Yep.
drop shipped from China. Everything does.
Well, why wouldn't
yeah.
we just go for the 5,000 and worry how to spend it after we get it, right?
No,
Oh, yeah.
you have to.
No,
You've got to. You got to list all this stuff out You don't say, I want $5,000. You have to say,
Yeah,
I'm ordering
Yeah.
helmets, blinkies, and then throw in some pamphlets or something like that. You know what I mean?
yeah. Throw printed materials, and then I do, a $500 or $600, bike rodeo in the fall or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought that a few months ago we were talking about using that we can get 2 grants for the town and that we would use it for education, for training the gym teachers or something like that. Because I originally wanted to use this money to hire a bike ped position.
Yeah, but this grant, Andres, isn't big enough. This is $5,000 max.
Yeah. It gets us $5,000 of hours for somebody to do stuff that, the town is too backed up to handle.
How
Even
often
at
do these come
$50 an
along?
hour, that's still 100 hours.
Yeah, I've looked at this grant carefully. It won't pay for that type of stuff.
Okay. Okay.
It pays for, like, safety stuff.
Yeah.
So helmets, helmets we can cost. We can figure out what a child's helmet costs.
Sure. We can also use a bike rack at the Board of Ed building, and then also at the other entrance at the high school. So we tried biking. We biked to the high school play last year, and I mean the bike racks are on the complete opposite side of the building than the
Yeah,
door
they
that
are.
they use for that. So if we're buying bike racks, Board of Ed can use one, and then the high school can use one at that entrance. I don't know what commercial bike racks go for, but if that's an easy application to fill out and say, hey, we want to put 2 bike racks in, 2,500 a piece, $5,000, we're all set. And that's one of them. And then the other one could be used for the bike rodeo and swag.
We also need a bike rack at the new town hall and the tennis courts over there.
Wasn't
Okay,
that
yep.
part of the whole plan? Wasn't there a bike? I thought,
I thought there was, but I don't know who's
Everything,
is the money already set aside for that, Bruce?
Yep.
it was, I think, hold on, are you there, Mason?
Yes, yep.
Go
That
ahead.
bike rack
Let
has
him
been
go.
ordered. We're just waiting for the contractor in the spring to remobilize. So there will be one towards the main entrance of the new town hall.
Okay.
Good. Okay, good.
Thank you.
We're still not 100% at the town hall. We said we got in, and there's still some work, as you can see, that's being done around the town hall. That's all temperature sensitive. So,
The sign looks nice. I saw it today.
mhm.
so we're getting one, meaning one like upside down U.
No, I can't remember off the top of my head. I believe it's 1 unit, but I think it's for 9. I think they listed it as 9 or 11. I don't know if that's 9 or 11 U's or how it's written, but it's 1 rack for multiple bikes.
It's not the squiggly one like
No.
that. is it?
No, it's probably one of those cattle gate ones with the multiple lanes. That's
With the
probably what.
slats in it?
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is.
No, it can't be.
I'm not sure without looking.
I never saw the specification, so I don't know.
Okay. I thought we pretty much were sticking to what we have in Unionville and the rest of town now. Was the upside down U's, the ones at the school.
I thought you didn't like those.
No, those are the ones I'd like. The
'Cause
single.
that was the one I bought at the Unionville.
No, that's
Center.
a different one. That's a different one, Bruce.
Is it? Okay.
That's the squiggly one, I call it.
Yes. All right. That's the same. I don't know. I guess I don't know what you mean by an upside down U. I'm thinking the same thing. So,
In
all right,
upside
guys,
down
listen.
U.
Yeah, we're getting way off the path here. So let's
Well-
bring it back. Let's bring it back to this grant. Let's try to wrap this up. So helmets, blinkies, and some safety material and things like that. So
I'll put together a quick list of what we
Let
just
me take
talked
a-
about.
and I'll take a look at this grant quick and see what they need to see if it's something that we can throw together that quick.
Yeah,
Ron-
so it's
Oh.
Connecticut DOT micro grants. And so if you Google it, it comes right up on their website.
Yep.
And I'll send you Mike Cipriano's email, and you can just shoot the form. It really is. It's like a 4-page form.
Okay.
It's quick and dirty.
Right.
And I'll get that to you probably no later than tomorrow morning.
Okay. And Ron, I can take a look, and you want to, maybe you and I can just touch base on this and make sure everything's in line?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. All right. We'll see what we can do with that one. Next.
I just figured it was easy money, it may as well, go for it. So
Wait
anyway,
and see.
go ahead.
Okay. I wonder if they would take those signs. We were just talking about the directional signs for the Highlands as well. I wonder if we can throw that in, maybe.
They might very well.
Yeah.
I don't really know the answer to that, but
Okay.
I think Cipriano would know the answer to that. So,
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. 1C. Review replacing the trail parking lot sign identification sign. I got another price. Again, this was like $5,500. So these are not
Okay. So I guess
cheap
that's
signs.
that's the price. So
Yeah, these are not cheap signs. So, and I think you said that maybe Farmington Valley Trails Council would be interested in helping out. If you could, how do we want?
No, I don't think that's going to happen because, I mean, that's town by town.
Well-
Bruce, I mean, after the meeting yesterday, it just sounded like, I don't know, they only have so much of a budget. We're asking for money for the pier. We have money going out for the other signage projects.
Okay.
I don't know.
true.
I don't know how we set the precedent of paying for other towns' parking lot signs.
I don't think it was 100%. I thought it was like a port. They were going to give us something towards it. If not, then I guess my question is, how do we get a definitive answer? That's number one. And then number two, based on that, then I'll have to make sure we have the proper amount budgeted to replace that sign.
All
Yeah.
right. So Ron, why don't you and I send an email with that pricing to Barbara and Laura, and just say, we had thought sometime last year that Farmington Valley Trails Council might be interested in doing as much as half of this, but we realized that it's quite expensive, and just wondering what your thoughts are. Would it go to a vote of the board, or would you just say no, or whatever? And then obviously, Bruce, Ron and I will get back to you on that.
Yeah, and then I think what I'll do is I'll send both of you guys a copy of the two estimates. All right, so you have those.
That's
Okay.
good. Yes. Yeah.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
send those both out to you. Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Send to BD and RG. Got it. Next one is the subcommittee report. Website, I am working through that, making those edits. So hopefully we can get this thing wrapped up and get that website updated. All right. Ongoing. And the other one is safe routes to school. As I said, Jim Ratcliffe emailed me, said he won't be able to attend. He's got work, he's traveling for work, but he did concur again, saying it's budget season, Board of Ed, pretty much. It's not they don't want to talk to him, but it's a real busy time. So they want to get through the budget. And once the budget's done, then they'll start poking at the safe routes to school. All right. So he'll start going for the Board of Ed and the principals on that item. Okay. Anybody have anything on that? Okay. Nothing. Move to the
Yeah, just Bruce,
Yeah.
just frustration that the budget gets in our way again, right? I mean, we've been talking about this for a while,
Mhm.
and budget's a convenient excuse. It happens every year. But we can't be in a position where we put things on hiatus for 4 months every year.
No,
So-
understood, but
We just need to be ready to hit as soon as the budget cycle ends, so that we get their attention and we push resolution on this one way or the other.
Yeah,
all right, but keep in
Last-
mind the superintendent was on their way out, so there really wasn't any use speaking with her on that. She
Yeah,
left.
understood.
So then they got a new superintendent. He's like, yeah, I'm interested because I guess they said he's a biker as well, but he's like, I'm just getting into this spot. He's trying to get acclimated. And then now it's budget. So things
Yeah.
should hopefully be clearing up. It's just getting all this stuff through.
Yeah, my point being just we need to be ready to go as soon as the budget cycle ends so that
Mhm.
we get their attention right away.
Okay.
So that's my only point.
Okay.
Yeah, we've basically got 6 months to do it because before you know it, then it'll be the next new year and another budget season. So I mean, actually 3 months because starting August they'll be getting ready for school. So we've got we've got June and July to do it basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I'll let Jim know that. I'll just give Jim an email back. I'll let him know that hopefully we can get this wrapped up sooner than later. Old business. Research on the speed limits on the trails. Had a little email back and forth with the Trails Council, and maybe Bruce and Ron, you guys can help me with this. There's also a small meeting with Avon and Simsbury. They're Park and Recs. It's weird. I guess Avon and Simsbury's Park and Recs run and maintain
Yeah, they
trails.
do. It's funny. You talk about this 169 fiefdoms. It's all different across the state, but
Yeah.
Simsbury in particular. So Parks, which is Tom Roy, basically
Mhm.
runs their trails,
Mhm.
which is it is what it is. But yeah, so when you go to these various different towns, other than talking to the chiefs of police, you're talking to generally, it could be engineering, it could be Parks and Rec, it could be, you name it. Actually, it could be in some towns, although not around here, this organization, the Bike Ped Advisory Committee in the town, controls a lot of what goes on the trails. So,
So so they've been having some discussions, and I guess Jesse Catano, they bring her in because they have like a regional, she's our new director of Parks and Rec. And they brought her in because I think they go over other stuff as well, but the trails always come up. So as she says, she tells them that Parks and Rec does not run our trails. So anyways, trying to make the longer short, we discussed a little bit about the speed limit. As I said, I tried to see if maybe Farmington Valley Trails Council could take the lead. I'm not sure I got a definitive answer, so I guess the question is to Ron and Bruce. They mentioned something about the Farmington Valley Trails Council doesn't want to take the lead because I guess they're not 100% on a speed limit. There's concerns amongst the organization themselves on whether there should be one, and if so, what that speed limit should be.
So I didn't get that impression. I got the impression during our meetings, and we didn't talk about it this past Monday, but I've gotten the impression that 15 was what we were going to send out a memo suggesting, and that Avon is already there. As soon as they can stick them in the ground, they're going to be in. And that Canton has not had this. Oh, and I'm thinking of something else. I don't know about speed limits with Canton. Obviously, Burlington, they have no organization doing any of that. And Simsbury, who knows? But so far, it's Avon on the northern side of the trail, our side.
Okay.
And I can see how the Trails Committee doesn't want to be the leaders in this because it's going to be a town by town decision anyway. We can send out our recommendations, which we will, with striping, with anything that has to do with the trail. But to be the leaders and it's just, I think it gets too messy.
We're trying to keep it regional. We're trying to keep everybody the same. And that's the whole reason. Because we don't want to have 15, 10, someone has 20, and then it'd be nice to have all like uniform signage as well. That was the intention. So it's a regional thing. There's nothing worse than crossing a state line and this speed limit drops from 45 to 25, you know?
Yep.
So that was the intention, but I'll try again. I'll keep poking back at him and then.
So that was why we had suggested that the towns get together and talk to each other.
That's what we're trying to do. And that's what I thought that
Yes.
maybe Farmington Valley Trails could be the lead and help us through this and get everyone organized, you know, and just, you know, and they said, we're not talking about a ton of meetings. We're talking like maybe 2 meetings, you know, 3 meetings at the most, just to kind of just get everyone on the same page.
One more to dip in that.
Well, you know, Bruce, when we were talking to the chief, when we were, you know, at the traffic board, he basically said that it would make some sense for the chiefs just to get together and agree to, you know, to a number.
Mhm.
Daniel, am I saying that correctly? Because that's what I heard in that meeting. So maybe we go that route. You know, you know, just to go back to the chief and say, you know, could you call Avon? Could you call Simsbury and just ask those guys, you know, what they're thinking? The last I knew, Simsbury was talking about 15. I believe this year Cheshire is going to post 15.
Mhm.
I haven't heard a peep from New Haven, although I talk to New Haven all the time. But if I hear anything from them, I'll let you know. Those are the ones that I know that have talked about it.
Okay.
All
You know,
I'm just-
since we have Plainville, that kind of divides us anyway from Southington and the rest of them. Bruce, you'll probably agree for us to just, it's more important for Farmington, Avon, Simsbury, up the, you know.
I agree. Yes, I think
Yeah.
that's correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get us as a regional set up. I don't want to go to Plainville or Cheshire, definitely too far. Keep it to
No.
Farmington, Simsbury, Avon, Canton, you know, our little niche here, and maybe even include Granby, East Granby, which takes us right up to the Mass line. You know what I mean? That's
Yep.
what I'm trying to do. And I thought just it would be easier, Farmington Valley Trails Council having a foot in all of these towns to say, hey, look, you know what? Yeah, we'll take the lead. We'll have a little, you know, we'll set up the meetings and we'll open it up for discussion. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who did you who were you going back and forth
I
with?
was going through the president, and yes.
Barbara. Okay.
Yeah. She's in Switzerland right now, so I don't know.
Is she?
Skiing, yeah. So
For how long?
I'm not sure.
All right.
I think she said 10 days or something like that. Because
Yeah.
I got a meeting with her when she's back.
All right. I'll give her a call then. Maybe I'll wait and you know what? I'll send her an email, say, call me when you get back, you know?
I would,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe even copy Laura because she's
I think Laura was on that. Was
okay.
actually,
She's the vice president, Laura Risotto.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll try that again. Again, just trying to keep the continuity was the whole point of this and not have difference. So 4.2 is the Farmington Valley Trails Council updates. Anybody have anything? Ron, Bruce, anybody?
So let's see. Well, really the biggest thing is that Avon's just going wild with just like they are going to begin their striping. They are, you know, they're going to put up the signage. So really that's the only town that I see right now being like extremely proactive with what they want to do, you know, as far as that goes.
What signage are you talking about? The parking lot, the rules and the regs of the parking lots?
Yeah, oh yeah, that and the 15-mile-an-hour speed
Right.
limit.
Because the last I talked to you, you had a sign up, a proposed sign. Was that ever blessed by any other town? Or is that or are they doing their own thing?
No, we're trying to match the trail rules.
All right.
No,
Because I thought
that's
the sign
being
that you
done.
sent me was a was a draft sign. I haven't heard anything that it was approved or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Well, so you didn't get anything from the Trails Council? I thought we were sending something out.
And that's why here's the disconnect I have. You know what I mean? Unless it's going to someone else's office and they're looking at it going, okay, and they're just putting it down. I don't know.
All right, so I've got that sign. I've got it.
Yeah, I have it actually printed on my wall. Is
We are going to make wallpaper too, so you can do the whole wall.
it's my note for you, waiting for you to get back to me on whether this sign is approved or not. It was
All right,
kind of
I'm stretched just a little thin. So, okay.
all of us.
So
Okay.
I will get that to you and we can just go from there.
Okay.
Besides that, there's some events coming up, but
Okay.
you can go to their Facebook page for that.
All right. Anything else, Bruce?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Oh, I had a question from an emailer in town. So Burlington's just started doing their tree cutting and getting that repaved. I was on the trail yesterday.
Yep.
Oh, I
Okay.
have a couple things. And this person was wondering if we are doing anything with the trail where it starts to get
In terms of what? Tree cutting there?
repaving.
I can't give you the exact years, but they do have dollar amounts in the capital improvement plan. And what I could do is let me check. I will check with our director of public works.
Okay.
But yeah, we do have money in there for future paving. So
That'd be useful to know. Yeah, that's good. The other things that cropped up were just past the Big Bird Bridge. Is that project going to start anytime soon? And if so, was there a feeling for the ramps up and down for the new trail there? If that was going to be happening anytime soon.
I really can't commit to anything. I mean, there's still like discussions going on. As I said, once both of the property owners passed away, the properties have now been sold, or one of them has been sold to a different owner. So trying to put these two people together is not that easy.
Oh, I see.
They
Okay.
both don't they it's finding that passion back for that project because the owner of the old McCallum building was so passionate about refurbing that building and making that trail connection, so trying to get
Okay.
that passion back into the new owner as well as the potential, as well as the other property owner, trying to make that work is just a little bit difficult. We do have conversations with them on and off. So at this point, I don't have any idea if it's going to happen and if it does, when. So
Okay.
So I was on the trail yesterday. I was in Burlington because I had to meet somebody there. And the portion I was on was plowed and there were a lot of people out there. And then I started getting reports from the southern part of the trail, and people are riding up and down it from New Haven to Cheshire. It's all been plowed. Now, I've always thought, okay, it's not a good idea to plow it because of winter users.
Mhm.
But I was out there yesterday on a lot of the trail. There are no snowshoeing marks. There's no. So I'm kind of changing my mind on this one. And I mean, is there ever a chance that our trail can be plowed? Because why? Because as
don't
it
think
is
so.
right now, it's
I don't
not
think
going to
so.
thaw out for a long time.
A couple reasons. I saw a listserv going out a while ago about people talking about this, and believe it or not, contrary to what you said, a lot of towns do not do it. The main reason for doing it is this. Once you put a plow blade down on that, okay, and you start plowing that, and you get a, let's say, a winter thaw, or let's say it doesn't thaw and it turns to ice. Ron goes walking on there. He slips, he falls, he sues us. Now we are liable. So we have to treat that like a road, and then we'll have to be going through there, salting it, heavily salting it, and keeping it maintained like that. That's what's always been told to us by our insurance agents, that it's just something that you're opening up a big can of worms.
Yeah, and in fact, it's worse than that because you can't salt in Burlington. It's next to the river.
Exactly. There you go. And then that's the other thing. A lot of it follows the river, follows along wetlands, and it's not stuff we want
Yeah.
to be throwing salt on.
Yeah, the vast majority of the stuff that I have seen plowed is kind of a one-off, Ron. It's somebody who's kind of volunteered to plow it,
Yep.
and the town has said yes.
Mhm.
But it's mostly pretty sketchy, and I agree with the black ice thing, and that's exactly what happens. It thaws and freezes, and it can be quite a mess. So where you do see plowing is in the cities. And the problem this year was there was so much snow that it didn't matter because it just got piled on the bike lanes.
Yeah.
So, as a practical matter, it didn't work anyway. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, people would use the trail, but the liability thing, the municipal liability thing, is a genuine issue.
Okay, I was told that, so Burlington was definitely plowed. Now,
That small section from Farmington, I think, to the parking lot is, and I think that's done
no,
by
that
volunteer.
that part's not plowed. It's actually
Yeah, what there was.
so so from the Burlington line, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, to the Burlington parking lot, yes.
Yeah.
going
There's a
Collinsville.
section down there that I think that a volunteer does go through on his own. I don't think he was even telling the town for a while. He just went down there and he plowed it himself. So,
So I don't understand how Cheshire, Hamden, that's all clear. People are riding it. People, I've seen pictures.
mhm.
The melting can't be that much different. So,
Well,
so,
It could
so
be.
you guys are saying that no town plows any trail.
I didn't say no town does. I said
Okay, I'm just
I said
wondering.
that a majority of the towns do not because of that one reason.
Okay,
So, and being the staff liaison to our Inland Wetlands Commission, safety would probably be second compared to the first one, which would be the environmental concern. So,
Yeah, and I wouldn't like a lot of ice or ice melt on those trails too,
no,
because then you got to clean it up. It's bad enough riding on the roads around here in the spring.
yeah.
So,
Back in the day, if I slipped on a sidewalk and I broke my arm, my mom would have said, you probably shouldn't have walked on the ice, right? Nowadays, you do that, you're looking for whose fault is it now? Well,
Yep.
it's not, it's definitely not my fault for slipping on the ice. So,
Hey,
and
Bruce,
that's
Hey,
one of the
forget
big
I
things.
mentioned it. Let's move on.
could I make a comment, please?
Yeah, go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, just now that the snow has melted, the bike trail along the flats. It could be a issue for the town in that the way the roads were plowed, a lot of the piles were right on top of
Mhm.
that bike trail. So now that everything's melted away, there's a lot of scree on the trail,
Mhm.
especially that spot where you guys cleaned it up, Bruce, last fall.
Okay.
So there's a lot of hazards on it right now. You can ride it; it's clear. There's not snow anywhere anymore after yesterday. And today it was clear, but there are a lot of hazards on it. So
Like what? Again, I couldn't hear you. You said there's what on the trail?
stones from plowing from the road.
Well, yeah, again, we haven't, technically, we're still in the winter. That is, and I think we've told you that's a bike trail, so that does not get maintained during the winter.
No, I'm just bringing it up. I mean, you
No,
mentioned
understood.
the ice
Yeah.
being a liability to the town.
Yeah.
Now I
So
think
there-
it's an condition where people will be riding it and walking it, and the condition of it could be a liability to the town as far as hitting these stones, sticks,
Okay.
rocks, whatever. Just bring it up as a
Yeah, I think they
a
do that.
fact.
I think they may do that as a spring maintenance. Like
Yep.
just like the trails. Once the winter is done, they then get out there with the leaf blowers and they kind of clean everything off. So it's on a spring
Yep.
maintenance program. And I think we got to keep in mind that with the last few days of warm weather, everybody thinks it's spring, but unfortunately, it's not there yet. So,
Yeah, I got it. I'm just bringing it up. Just an
Okay.
observation. All right.
Yeah, and I'd add that everything's a liability right now, and I understand they got to tackle things in order. And there's potholes all over, there's screed all over the roads and everything. So,
Mhm.
but you can't fix it all in one day during what they call fake spring.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get back to the agenda, and I did add this other business item on here, so we can bring up anything small items underneath that after. So Farmington Rail Trail. So number 3 is the bike walk Farmington update. Anything on that?
Say that again.
Anything on the bike walk Farmington updates? Anything on that?
Well, yeah, just the 2 events that we're doing. And if anyone is not doing anything, you can contact me to come stand at the table with us. One of them is for Polly's Pier, which Bruce, you know about because you're
No, what is?
working in town.
No, I don't know about
the-
this. I know about the pier, but I don't know about the
Right.
event.
So the
that you're
project
talking
itself, so it's like the kickoff to the fundraising. And we're
When is
going to
that?
be right near where the old pier used to be off of Railroad Ave.
So when they doing that?
All right, let me just pull it up on my map here on my so we're doing that. I got it right here. Okay, so the 28th, a Saturday, we're at the Polo Grounds from 10 to 1. And we're just going to be distributing information, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. If anyone wants to show up there, we're going to have the tent up and you want to talk to folks coming by. I'm told there's going to be 400 kids there. So it must have something to do with kids. So
Okay.
we'll be handing out stickers and helping the kids put their little helmets on. That's the 28th. On the 29th, this is at the pier site, which is between River Road and Railroad Ave, right?
Yep.
Somewhere in
April?
there.
April, right?
No, this is the day after, Sunday the
Oh.
29th.
Yeah, that's what I'm
2 to
saying. But
4.
April, so we're doing April 28th and then April 29th, right?
Yeah, it's
No.
about 100 yards in from if that
actually-
from Railroad Ave.
Okay, it's actually March. It's coming up in a couple weeks, so
Oh, sorry, March.
April-
That's right. Oh, God, we're in March. Sorry
yeah,
about
it's
that.
March. So we have those, and we have our bike to school days coming up. We have
Yep.
Union School, which we can always use people for. Not as much the Union School ride, which is on May 15th, but we need people for the West District ride.
Hold on. All right. Okay, hold on. Oh, May 15th? Because I thought you said April 28th last month. I wrote down
Wait a minute,
April
wait a minute.
28th.
Wait a minute.
Actually, Ron, I think
4th.
Union School is April 24th.
Yeah.
Thank
Union-
you, Neil. You're right.
Yeah, May
Okay.
15th is the
24th.
West District.
So the big day is West District. We can use people for that, starting at about 7:30 a.m. That is on the 15th of June, right?
No, May 15th.
Yeah, that's
That's
May.
on May 15th. Don't listen to me. And it's only until about 8:30. So if you can give me, I know everyone's got to work, but if anyone isn't, I can use it.
I could probably grab another bike or two from the PD, like the 2 we had for the Union School ride.
Oh, cool. Okay. I know that they filled out the application that went to town hall, so it'll be coming your way too.
And West District starts and ends at the school. It's a loop.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Ron,
Awesome.
I should be able to help with West District as well.
Oh, that would
When it
be
gets closer, just
awesome.
remind me.
Thank you so much. All right, good. Okay. That's about it right now for events for us.
Oh, I don't know if we had said anything about this before. I think we did. We had a library event late May. But we've been told that that room is no longer available. So I guess our next library event will probably be in the fall.
We do. Oh, I don't know. Can you do something down at the community center? Can
You
do
know,
something
it
down
actually
there?
doesn't bother us right now to lose that event
Oh, okay, fine.
because we're down to, we have our vice chair is going to be having a baby soon. And so it's Neil and I manning the ship right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So we don't mind losing that because we are also planning a couple of rides. Neil wants to do a gravel type ride, and we're thinking of a ride to the end of to Massachusetts coming
Okay.
up. Yeah. So I'll let everyone know when we plan those.
Okay.
And Ron, when is the statewide bike to work day, and is Farmington doing anything?
No, we used to do something and didn't get a lot of participation. It's just, like I said, we just don't have enough people right now.
But we
It's
also
the-
don't have a good east-west bike route either. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I think it's usually the Thursday. I want to say it's May 21st. I'll get back to you on that.
okay,
Because Bike Walk Connecticut is doing that, and came up at the last board meeting, but I didn't write down when the hell the date was. But I'll let you know.
okay.
And
Yeah.
UConn does a nice thing too.
I mean, could the town do something for its own employees, like a bike to work day on that day for town employees, and just have bagels, juice, coffee, something like that, or just encourage folks to actually ride to work?
There's not a. I don't know. I don't know the percentage, but a lot of people live just too far away.
Yeah,
I live, put this way, I got about a good 20 miles. So,
sure.
and there's a lot of people that live out by me too as well. So I think it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's a difficult thing. So
Unless they
Can I
put the
comment
bike
on
on the
that?
car, drive halfway.
no, Rich, you're not allowed to comment on that.
No, I was just going to say, for people that don't know, whatever day that is in May, mid-May, whatever day of the year that is this coming year, there's a great event at the old State House in Hartford that I would encourage anybody to attend, ride their bike to, and there are group rides to it. I know West Hartford, West Hartford group sets up group rides to it, and some of the other surrounding towns.
Maybe
It's a
that's
great
worth
event.
connecting up to, whether it's from Canton or West Hartford or something like that. Just post it up on our page, share it on BFF, and say, okay, hey, let's piggyback on let's all get to West Hartford and ride with them.
I'll get that out to all you guys. That's what I was talking about was the one that ends at the State House. So, and Bike Walk Connecticut has always been one of the sponsors, and I think there's a couple of other sponsors this year, the Travelers Cycling Club, and there's some others that are involved. So, I will as soon as I get more information on that, I'll shoot it to all of you.
Yeah.
All right. Grant for the South Road Farmington jug handle ongoing, still working through those. So hopefully we'll get that wrapped up soon.
And Bruce, what's the next step on that one with the grant?
Getting all of the proposals in.
Okay.
And then going through, sifting through all the proposals and then going through the long drawn out process of doing survey. So survey is going to take quite a while. There's a lot of area there.
And we're surveying in-house, or we're
No.
subcontracting?
All
Okay.
outside. All
Okay.
outside. Wetlands delineation, and then after that, coming up with proposals for
Okay.
different
Does
options.
Does that include going past the former Berkshire Bank and property on that right turn to that the
Or around it. Yeah.
Well, it's going from there to like South Road. So
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
it's-
Yeah.
So
So I mean,
route is,
Farmington
we don't know
Center
yet.
to South Road.
yeah. So part of this, Andrus, is in fact talking to the landowners. Obviously,
Yeah.
The Historical Society, the
Hillstead.
museum, you name it, and getting up, essentially, seeing what the state right of way is, whether that's a possibility. It's gonna take a while
Sure.
to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering what was next in the grant process there.
So
All right.
Bruce, you're getting proposals put together by contractors now to
No.
Oh.
Wrapping up the request for proposal for the engineers.
Okay.
The engineers are the one that's going to do all the work to get it to a point that we could then put it out to bid. So once this is done, reminding everybody, this is only for a design grant. That's it. Once we get the dollar amount, once we get the estimate, then we got to go ahead and push for any kind of grant for the actual cost of for the construction of the trail.
So Bruce, the RFP's out and we're waiting
No,
for.
no, I didn't say that. I said we're
okay.
almost done. I said I'm wrapping it up is what I'm doing. So
Okay, so you're creating the RFP.
exactly.
Okay.
And so, like I said, that unfortunately is going to be a long process because
baby steps.
The survey is going to take quite a while, and then all of the meeting, just as Bruce said, meeting with property owners to negotiate easements, rights, things like that. So those will decide which way where we actually put the trail.
What do you think the timeline looks like for this coming year for that project? If you're just spitball it.
I would assume, let's say by end of summer, beginning of fall, we're narrowed down. Like I'm assuming at some point we'll have some like proposals, some like alternates drawn, and then maybe by August, September, or August, October, we have kind of something hammered down in terms of what we want to do, what the definitive route is going to be, and then just take it.
So end of summer, we're getting the RFPs out, or we're
No. RFPs are going out first.
Okay.
To get the engineer. The RFP goes out to get the engineer. Once we get an engineer, then we hire that engineer to go do the survey and then to do all of the design. And and the first part of that design is going to be coming up with some possible options. If we can't get any easements along that route, what's it look like when it's right up against the edge of the Route 4?
Sure. So that's the end of summer thing. The engineers.
I'm thinking we get a couple of proposals, and then maybe by the end of summer, maybe the beginning of fall, we have those proposals kind of narrowed down to maybe one or two that we feel is the go-to. And then from there, you take it to final design. So unfortunately, that could sit for a few years until we get the funding for it. That's the next step is securing the funding for that. So
we'll hold a bake sale.
Yeah. Well,
Bruce, do you need a final design before you go for funding, or?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you almost always do. It's really problematic. Let's put it that way. To try to pre-price something, it almost never works. I would say this. There's still a fair amount of money out there. I think, when we're narrowing down what it's going to look like, what the scope is, where it's most likely going to go, we can start, getting on the TA list of CROG, maybe considering one of the carve-outs for lot SIP. There's a few pots of money out there. And basically as soon as I know that there's something I can, push out there, I'm going to be pushing it out there. I'm going to try to find some money.
Yeah, good.
Is there anything for more sidewalks around the Irving Robbins East Farms area? I talked to one of my son's soccer teammates, and they live out that way, and they mentioned the bus drops them off at the road I think on either south or middle. And the kids are walking on the road because there's no sidewalks whatever neighborhood. I don't know the neighborhood very well, but the road they're on is a double yellow, I think, with no sidewalks. And if we're talking sidewalk plans, I don't know if the third Bruce is here, and what the sidewalk committee is deciding to do to prioritize things. But I'm thinking safe routes to schools, it ties into that again. And
So you're-
that seems like grant money for that.
I guess I need a little more information on that. I mean, is there a possible you can follow up with them on that and get a
Yeah.
little more information?
For sure.
All right, just get that over to me. It's kind of a little odd trying to understand where the bus is dropping them off, but we could take a look at
Yeah,
that.
I'll take a look at a map and
Yeah.
get it-
Unfortunately,
get it
like I
in
said,
my head too.
sidewalk money at its right now is Meadow Road is where that will supposedly be going to
Yeah.
at this point. So,
Yeah, I'm just
And-
thinking stuff
Brian
takes a while.
Connolly was chairing a committee on that, right? The townwide sidewalk committee.
Yeah.
exactly. So,
So
and I
I
think they're
don't
having
know
the-
where they are in the planning stage, but
Mhm. Well, like I said, it's just a general,
yeah.
it was a general overview of sidewalks, trying to understand um construction, maintenance, and all that. The town is, we construct it, property owners pay a cost, a share of it, and then they have to maintain it. So that's kind of what they're looking at. They were looking at options to change that. They were looking at other towns to see what they do. So it's quite a long process. But
Yeah.
I know they're having that hearing, and they're having the hearing. And I wrote that down. What was it? April? I think they're doing the Meadow Road, but we could talk about that when I get closer to that one. So, which is actually the next option, which is other business one. So I do have that sidewalk. We chatted about, Andres, you had asked questions about that. So let me just load this up if you don't mind. Give me a second. See the plan? On your screens, everybody?
Yep.
Yep, we see your screen.
Adobe always wants it. Once you're in, they don't let you go.
Yeah, this is the. All right. So as I said, the main crutch of the project is for a sidewalk from Wisteria Lane, okay, all the way down to Everett Avenue. So here's Meadow Road. Here's Plainville Avenue. This is Wisteria Lane.
Yep.
Right here. So the intention is to grab the sidewalk from there, run along the south side, I'll call it, all the way down through here. Here's Portage Crossing here. I mean, I'll try to zoom in for you guys a little more.
Yep.
And follow along. No,
Yeah.
Where's Judson?
Judson is, I'm getting there. We're not there yet.
Okay. All right.
This is a cheap version of Adobe, so bear with me.
I'm glad the town is looking out for our money.
Well, no, this is the one on this laptop. The one that we have in the office is much better. Trust me. I'm just trying to get yeah, it won't let me do the hand. So,
Yeah.
of course. One. All right. Doesn't like me. All
Can you
right.
just scroll down?
I'm trying. It's stuck.
The scroll bar on the top on the right column there.
No, it is, but I'm saying, like I
Oh.
said, I'm trying to go left and right. It's not working.
Yeah.
See? It's in something.
But it's on the right. It's on the south side. It goes by the farm,
Give
right?
me a second here.
Yep.
Sounds
So
like
south side, past Judson, past the farm.
yep.
all the way
Portage
to the
Crossing
right.
is here, follows through on the south side, runs.
Apparently, the AI assistant thinks it can help by summarizing that
I can't
document.
clear it out.
Yeah.
It's whatever. This thing is a pain in the neck. God. Excuse me for that. Let me try this.
We've all been there.
It's okay. The transcript will bleep it out.
Yeah. It won't even let me close it. God.
You can just change over to Google Maps.
Yeah, just give me a second. I just
Yeah.
trying to close it out. It won't even.
Control Alt Delete, maybe.
Yeah, there's some task. Well, no, I don't want to do anything right now with the Zoom meeting open.
Yeah.
want to lose it, but for some reason something is open and it won't let me close it.
Can you alt tab and cycle through things?
Yeah, I tried that. I'll try it
Okay.
again. So it's just nope, nothing. See. All right, let's do this. So, anyways, it's along the south edge of Meadow Road. All right, let me do this. God. Here we go. So getting back to this. So here's Meadow Road here. Plainville Avenue here.
Yeah.
So here's Wisteria Lane. So we'll be taking it from here, running it all the way down on the south side of Meadow Road, past Portage, past Wakefield. Here's Judson Lane here. We'll cross here, keep along the south side, run it all the way along here. Summersby is here. This is an old town-owned Farmington property here. The old Heinz Farm, I'm going to cross through there. And eventually tying in right here at the trail at the intersection of New Britain Avenue and Meadow Road.
Sure. Does it make sense to connect it to 177? That last little bit from Wisteria?
At this point, no. The reason is, I think, for safety. There is no sidewalk out there. It's a very busy intersection. There's no place for anyone to go. There is a while back, this was one of the intersections that we were looking to get a grant to do some work, to do some realignment. So at some point, if this ever does get improved and realigned, then I can see definitely maybe bringing the sidewalk up at that point, making a connection either north or south for a future north or south. But right now, dumping people off at that intersection is probably not the safest thing to do.
And Wisteria Lane looks like the last residential on that street, right?
Exactly. Yeah. If I zoom out a little bit. Yeah. There's some raw houses here, but like I said, there is no sidewalk. There is no sidewalk on either north or south of Plainville Avenue for quite some time.
Yeah, baby steps. I mean, it'll be good to get all the houses and all the neighborhoods connected to there, but
and I think the intention is, where does everybody go? They're not going on Plainville Avenue north or south. They're not going down Maria Road. So the intention is try to get all of these houses connecting into the 5-6 school here, as well as making the connection to the trail.
Yeah.
At that point, they can go north or south.
The next phase, and I mean, hopefully you're not getting tired of me dreaming, is somehow we want to be able to connect Westwoods to stuff. And there's the two neighborhoods north of Westwoods where there's a lot on 177. All those different neighborhoods off 177. And by Westwoods, I mean Westwoods Golf Course.
But, there's a sidewalk on West District now.
Yeah.
Okay, that takes you out to here. Then there's the sidewalk. Where is it here?
Sorry, Bruce. I meant Westwoods Golf Course.
Oh, Westwoods Golf Course. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Recreation. It'd be nice for folks to be able to get to it.
Yes. But unfortunately, that is quite a long walk and quite a long distance of over here. We're talking.
Yeah.
Let's do.
Is there a way to get to there from Meadow or from Route 6?
Let's see here.
No, I don't think so.
You're talking, where'd it go?
There's no sidewalks along 177.
Yeah. I know. I'm just
North of the golf
Yeah.
course, you got Cope Farms, but I don't think there's any paths from
Yeah.
that in to the
Yeah.
golf course.
I'm just thinking future state, 10 years from now when we're all 10 years older sitting here talking about this stuff and dreaming. We might be saying, you know what, we need to have a sidewalk to get to West District, to the splash pad, to the golf course, to Tunxus. With these big grants and how expensive things are and stuff takes time, I think it's almost like a ladder, like a CD ladder, where you put stuff in every year, you add some more stuff, and as other projects move on, you get another project into the design phase.
Mhm.
And doing a sidewalk on 177, I'm sure isn't easy, but there's also not that many houses on there to talk to neighbors and, connecting Meadow to Route 6 and Tunxus, I think gets you a lot of bang for your buck.
Agreed. And like I said, like I said, I think it's baby steps. Get the
Yeah.
splash pad open.
Yep.
If it comes into a big uproar, people love it, and I want to walk there, and then that's how these things get legs,
Yeah.
So
How should people have the official uproar? Town council meetings or?
I mean, it's getting a group together, and this technically you don't always have to start at the council meetings. You just start, the groups just start talking to their representatives,
Okay.
They don't have to sit there and go to a council meeting yet, but they talk to their reps, they get on board, the reps kind of push it and push them in the right direction, and and then a budget, a plan gets thought of, just as we're doing with the South Road one.
Okay.
A sketch gets drawn, an estimate gets drawn, drawn up, and then we decide what the cost is and what's the benefit, and then we figure out grants. And
Maybe that falls under the purview of the sidewalk committee and future plans.
I'm not sure if this is a permanent sidewalk committee or if this is a temporary sidewalk committee, just to uh, review the ordinance and the rules and the
Gotcha.
regulations, things like that.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Thank you, Bruce.
No problem. So that was all of that. And now the other business. Anyone have any other business? I tried to add this in here, so then we always go off on a tangent. I figured we could maybe bring everything under this and keep everything kind of in line.
Yeah,
So
I
if
do
anyone
have
has
some
any-
new business.
Go ahead.
Actually, I apologize for being late. The bike shop has actually proposed doing a bicycle rodeo and bicycle safety clinic. You guys would determine, or maybe we could figure out where we can do this, but they have a bicycle rodeo proposal and a bicycle safety clinic proposal. Probably take about 2 hours, and they could locate it wherever we see fit.
It worked great at the senior center when Miss Picard did it. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out really well. Plenty of room, plenty of parking.
So it's the shop is willing to put it on. It's just what do you guys want to do as far as talking to the shop about it? They were estimating 2 hours apiece, whether it's the safety clinic or the bicycle rodeo.
Or both, or either
Oh,
one.
you can do both.
Mhm.
But that would probably be 4 hours together because the format is a little bit different. I don't know how exactly to share the document with you guys.
Yeah.
I've got it as a Word document.
Or if it's on a Saturday or Sunday, I'm sure the high school parking lots aren't being used that fully.
So
Is
the
this-
two best places are either where we did the last one at the senior center or the parking lot near the library.
I think
Big
senior center
room.
gives you more room.
So Matt, is this something where they would bring all their own instructors, and all we got to do is just give them a space?
Yeah, the theory is that you guys would set it up and they would basically staff it and do the work. So it's
Set
kind of
up
it's
meaning-
kind of an easy setup for us
Mhm.
as far as, it's a win-win. And
No, but I mean, like set up in terms of just get the location, or are you talking about?
yes,
All
because
right,
that's what it says. It's location where you see fit
all right.
How
on the
about
proposal.
setting up the stations?
Yeah, they've got, the proposal for the bicycle safety clinic has, they provide a fun atmosphere for children to test out their skills on a bicycle. They do a bicycle safety check. They do helmet safety checks. They instruct on bicycle safety while riding. Time would take to about 2 hours. And then the bicycle safety clinic, as opposed to the bicycle rodeo, would be not only gear for kids, but for adults, bicycle safety checks. Again, the helmet safety check, instruct on bicycle safety while riding, and get more into things like turn signals, direction to ride on the road, safest place to ride on the road. And then the final part of that would be instruction on bicycle maintenance. And that would be how often to lube your chain, kind of stuff you should use, service you can do at home, service you should take to a shop, that kind of thing.
I've got a great idea. What about doing a flat tire clinic, and then after that have a flat tire competition? How quickly can you change a tube?
You could put that in there on either one of those. It'd probably
Yeah.
be fun. I mean, they got one under the kids of the shortest stop contest.
Oh, that's cool.
They've
Yeah.
got zigzagging around cones, so doing a little bicycle handling and stuff like that. And also the bicycle safety check would check over the kids' bikes to make sure they're safe to ride, talking about tire pressure and condition, and check that the brakes function properly. So kind of giving them a check over like Brian did at the last one 2 years ago.
Does it make any sense to maybe, and again, I've never done one of these, so does it make any sense to get a few people together, Matt, and maybe talk with the bike shop and just make sure they work out these specifics so we all understand what each person has to do, and then we can
Yeah,
just
I
throw-
think bringing in people from the outside and discussing this with the shop personnel will, because a lot of my parts of the proposal will say et cetera on them. So you could add stuff that you think is important, like Andrus, he came up with that idea. That'd be kind of fun. Or you could take stuff away that you don't think is necessary.
I've got another one. Once you patch the tube, how many seconds can you inflate it before you chicken out before the thing explodes?
So
Yeah, use a
Matt, I would
25
like-
gram cartridge on a kid's tire.
Those tubes get big.
Yeah, and then some poor kid's hand is stuck to the frost on the
Right.
CO2.
We shouldn't encourage explosions.
You're right. We
Yeah.
should not.
At least not on public property.
It's just pneumatic. It's just air.
So
Yeah.
And you got a
Till-
floor pump. Use a floor pump when they got to work for it. How
There
many
you go.
pumps?
You could bring a floor pumps.
Matt, do you have a date?
No, what they're looking for is I told them I would run this by you guys, and what we could come up with is date and time. So if we've got something in conjunction with an event maybe, or with the ride to school or something like that, or part of that where we can do this on a weekend and get some kids out and advertise it, that would be great.
probably be good to get this done before school ends.
Or in the
Yeah,
summer.
but not necessarily. I mean, you could
No?
run it as something as part of parks and recs during the summer too, if they have something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
going
just
on.
sometimes I always think that the summer's always tough because people are going on vacations. I thought
The
you
the
could
bike
have most-
benefit of the summer is that most of the sports are over, and that's what
Okay.
kills us the most.
All right.
Well, the thing is this is an open proposal for when you guys want to do it, where you want to do it. So you could do both.
So like I
You could
said,
try, you could try one and try the other.
could we get a few people to volunteer for a committee just to talk with the bike shop? Just get these actual specifics and make sure, and then we'll just work on a date and a place, and I can work on that, And then
Yeah,
maybe-
because all they'd have to do is go over to the shop and talk to Bruce and Matt. They've got it all dialed in.
And I apologize, man. I'm going to ask this. What shop is this again? I forget.
Central Wheel in Farmington, the only
That's what I
shop in Farmington.
That's what I thought. I wanted to make
I
sure.
know you're from 20 miles away. You don't.
No, it's just I want to say I almost was sure it was Central Wheel, but I didn't want to say that and have you say, no, that's the competition. But no,
No, that's cool. We're cool with everything. We don't worry about competition. In fact, most of the competition closed.
yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
Biker's Edge is gone.
Yep, they're done.
So,
Went
That
in
was-
Glastonbury close too.
That was actually sad.
Oh,
I
did
saw Glastonbury too. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Cycling Concepts or
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one in the Biker's Edge, they got 24 hours notice.
I know it's
Corporate walked
Terrible.
in and said, we're closing in 24 hours.
and so yeah, Bristol and Torrington, and they had just started up a kids team too.
Yep.
So it sounds like if I don't have to do a lot of the work, physical work for this, then yeah, I'd like to be a part of it because I ran the one 2 years ago and I'd like to see.
Yeah,
some of
it
the
sounds to me,
different-
Ron, like all you'd have to do is, get a date and a time and then organize, just let the guys at the shop know what you want. They're going to take care of it.
That's very cool. So yeah, let me know.
Anybody else? Anybody else want to help out run or?
Come on, there's gotta be somebody here. Well, we don't have everybody here, but Matt,
I
you
work
gonna
I
do
work at
this?
the shop. I'll probably end up at the thing anyway. So
All right,
All right,
Matt,
I'd be happy to
Maybe.
help.
all right, cool.
Rich. All right. You guys get together, you guys coordinate this on your own. And like I said, I don't think it's a lie. It's just making sure that we're all on the same page on what you guys expect for them and what they expect from us. And then and then we can work on on a location,
okay.
and if we do a flyer, I can then push this through Parks and Rec. I can put it on our website. I can send it out through Everbridge so we can get this out.
Yeah, it sounds to me like the bicycle rodeo is more for kids, whereas the bicycle safety clinic is more for everybody. But there's activities for kids with the bicycle rodeo. The bicycle safety clinic is more safety oriented and not as much riding and adventures as the bicycle rodeo.
All right.
What you guys got for a
So
schedule
who
and
do
a
I have
date
besides
and-
me and Ron?
Yep, it's you, Ron, and Rich.
Okay. All right. So you guys just email me and I'll clue you in with the guys at the shop. We'll get it done.
Okay.
All right. Anything else for other business? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes from the February 11th.
I'll second it.
That's Ron and, nope, that's first and then,
I'll first it.
Oh.
Okay.
And now I'll second it.
okay, Andres and Ron. All right. Make a motion. Do we adjourn?
So moved.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you guys.
Again, my apologies for being late. Thank you.
No.
Okay.
No.
Thanks, everyone.
We're all set.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thank you,
All right.
everyone.
Say goodnight.
Bye.